What's up? Here's some scary facts about our world that you probably didn't want to know. Part 10. It has been said that in some cases, if you hear ringing in your ear, it could be signs of a dead family member trying to contact you. Hey, Grandma. Many statistics have shown that blue-eyed people are more likely to suffer from alcoholism and depression than anyone else. You've got to be kidding me. There have been some cases reported of doctors selling their patients' blood on the dark web. Number 1, why would a doctor need to make any more extra money? Number 2, why are you selling a patient's blood on the dark web? One time, a lady found toenails in her chicken nuggets at McDonald's. There's a reason I don't eat McDonald's. 4 actors from The Poltergeist died shortly after the filming of the movie because they thought there was a hanging curse over the movie that caused them to die.
Creepy facts that you probably didn't know. When you die, your house cat is going to want to eat you.
Hello.
Gruesome Facts You Didn't Know, Part 56. Charles II of Spain is the result of nearly 200 years of inbreeding meant to maintain the royal bloodline. He was completely illiterate, had difficulty eating, and could barely speak. Their family was also quite known for their protruding bottom jaw, known as the Habsburg jaw. This photo from the 1870s is a massive pile of bison skulls to be ground up into fertilizer. In 2013, 2 vintage cars were pulled from Foss Lake, Oklahoma, containing 6 skeletons. The remains that were found belonged to people who disappeared in the 60s and 70s. All 6 died from drowning and their deaths were ruled as accidental. Gruesome Facts You Didn't Know, Part 43. This man is Carl Tanzler. In 1931, he was working in a Florida hospital when he fell in love with a 22-year-old woman named Maria. During that time, she was dying from tuberculosis, and after she passed away, he would visit her grave and sing her love songs. He claimed that her spirit encouraged him to remove her from her grave and take her home with him, and in 1933, he did just that. Over the next 7+ years, he preserved her body, replacing her skin with wax and silk, stuffing her body with rags, and spraying perfume to cover the smell. This is hemlock water dropwort, one of the UK's most poisonous plants. Also referred to as dead man's fingers, the poison acts by constricting the muscles, causing death by asphyxia. It also causes a death-like grin, the sardonic grin.
Creepy facts you probably don't know, but you're about to. Part 2. At one time, doctors thought that babies didn't feel pain. It took up until 1987 for the American Academy of Pediatrics to declare that it was unethical to operate on babies without anesthesia. So that means for years, babies were forced to just sit there and suffer through surgery without any form of pain control or anesthetics. So yeah, that's kind of scary.
Ghost facts that you probably didn't know. Many people believe that spirits can appear to the living in our dreams. It's also believed that ghosts have no sense of time passing, and many of them don't even realize that they're dead. They often feel very confused, like they're stuck in a dream. Children perceive ghosts as imaginary friends. Animals are known to be able to see spirits, which is why sometimes they stare at nothing.
Have you ever thought about eating your finger? I really hope your answer was no, but for this guy, it was not. New Zealand had its first case of self-cannibalism in 2009 when a depressed man cut off his finger, cooked it in vegetables, and ate it. Mr. X, as this anonymous man is referred to, obviously regretted cutting off his finger later, as he later admitted that it was a very stupid idea. Also, if you'd like to learn how to make videos like this, download Pinata Farms at the link in my bio. While being boiled alive as a form of torture was done away a long time ago, accidents, such as falling in a hot spring, still happen. So what exactly would you experience if you were being boiled? Well, obviously, you're going to be in a lot of pain from the start. The first thing that hits the water will likely be your limbs and extremities, which have a lot of nerve endings, especially in your fingers. Your body will be screaming at you. However, your nerve endings will die as your body is covered in third-degree burns, which will deaden your sense of touch and pain. This damage will most likely be irreversible if you manage to survive. While this is happening, the water will start to cook you from the outside in. Your entire body is going to turn red, start to blister and swell up, and your skin will become leathery and may start peeling back in some places. The intense heat is going to cause the layer of fat under your skin to break down, keeping your blood from being able to flow properly, and basically turning your outer layer to mush. After the outer layer is done cooking, the fluids in your body will begin to boil, cooking your internal organs. It's also going to be hard to breathe. Not only will the steam most likely burn you before you even hit the water, as you breathe it in, it's going to burn the inside of your esophagus and lung linings. And while you're struggling to breathe, you're also going to be able to smell yourself cooking. Side note, apparently cooked human smells sweet or musky. Tasty. Anyways, unfortunately, this death will not be a quick one, especially if your head isn't submerged in the water. If your head is submerged, your brain will boil and it will cause you to die faster. However, in most cases of torture and accidents, it usually doesn't work out that way, and death can take anywhere from minutes to hours. And most people would actually be conscious for the majority of the time they were being boiled. And really, the best thing that they could hope for is that their body will go into shock, preventing them from feeling the pain anymore. Lastly, even if you make it out of the boiling water, you would likely die anyways, due to the internal damage that the intense heat does to your body. However, in the rare case that someone does survive, they would end up with irreversible nerve damage and may need to get limbs amputated. I forgot the word for a second. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure that you leave a like and follow me for more videos like this. Did you know that you can visit a garden that's filled exclusively with plants that can kill you? The Alnwick Garden is a collection of gardens adjacent to the Alnwick Castle. One of these gardens, named the Poison Garden, is filled with around 100 toxic, intoxicating, and narcotic plants. Guests can only visit this garden on a guided tour, and they are strictly prohibited from tasting, smelling, or touching any of the plants. That, of course, doesn't stop a few people from fainting from inhaling toxic fumes while visiting the garden. If you have any interest in being able to identify plants on nature walks, or just learning how to take care of plants in general, download Blossom at the link in my bio.